Hi everyone, it's Rena, and today we're going to go through a hairstyle that I've been testing the waters with. I had plenty of people ask me how to make this hairstyle, so let's get into it. So basically, all I did so far was create a freehand group. I have right now this many hairs, whatever that is. That is 6 hairs that I've currently worked with. So I started from one end and I technically started from ear and wrap it around to the next side of the ear, and then I kind of just stretched out everything. This style I think would only make it look good if depends. It really depends on the hair texture that you were working with. So to make it actually work, you kind of have to have uh, a hair texture that would display that wave feature. So like right now on the side angle, you can kind of see that ripple-y kind of effect that those guys who have this kind of hair likes. I think also to make this work, you need to pull in the mesh in a bit. So I also made the mesh really short. So I just changed the mesh height. If I were to click on the whole category itself, I made that mesh height 0.232. By the way, I am working in the older Unity. Oh my god, I keep saying Unity. The older Vroid. I keep forgetting what it's called. Vroid model software. That's the word. Working in the older Vroid software, I just personally like this one more. I just have an easier time working with it, so hence why I'm using it. So I'm basically right now I'm just kind of just shaping it how I want it to look. I kind of want it to fade into the skull. I'm probably going to do like a bit of an undercut as well, but I'm just fixing the points and making sure that they are close to the head. So that's pretty much all you've missed. I really didn't do much of anything fancier than that. And you can just watch me just recorrect the last few strands that I'm probably going to add. I will show you the hair texture that I'm working with. Probably help if I did the other side. And as you can see over here, it gets a little patchy and thin, so you can just fill in that with however you want to fill it in. So like I said, the hair texture does a lot to make this look come together. I'm going to draw in another hair strand. As you can see, I totally forgot to change the mesh structure. I also added a new hair that I didn't need. This did not need to be here. This needs to be thicker on both parts, on both parties. Okay, I'm just gonna pull that down, pull this part down, really push it in. And then I'm just gonna add one more. I'm just gonna also change the mesh here so I don't forget. Alright, so hair texture that I'm working with. I did a curly hair texture. I kind of just added a bit more hair on the sides. So kind of just do a little squigglies just to kind of fill in those gaps. Basically end up looking kind of like that. But I don't want it to be as dark as this, so I just used, originally was this one, And then I'm just kind of, like I said, making little squigglies. You don't have to be perfect, as long as you fill in those gaps. So I'll come back to when I finish that. Okay, good enough. All you need to do now is just play around with the offset of the curls. Because black hair is a little bit harder to see. You could have always done, like, I probably would recommend if you were to do this hairstyle. You see how this one side all starts with like the black tips and going around? That's because I drew with this side starting and going around that way. I would recommend going one this way and then changing directions so every other one is different. So you don't have all just the black tips on the one side, but I mean that comes down to hair texture once again. So it's not really that big of a deal. I could always just change it so I can create like another hair texture. So for example, let me duplicate this, go to the textures. If I were to do, okay, so this is the new hair texture. Let us change this one to that. Okay, yeah, and then this one to that, and then this one to that. So kind of like that, where it's like every other one, so it's not all the same, kind of add some variation to it. But yeah, that's basically how you get that wave. And then if you want to complete this look, kind of pull in the sides into the skull and then do something like an undercut or something, like shaving of the head, just so it doesn't look like he's wearing like a toupee. Let's see if I can do that. So there you have it. There is the full effect of how the wave kind of hair would look. I just added a little bit of a lineup with hair dot things, just polka dots basically is all I did with that. Go into the face texture. I made a video about it before. I changed his eyebrows. That's all the only other changes I did, and I also add like little lines to it. Let me know how I think I did on that. I was going to change one thing. 1 second. Alright, so yeah, let me know how you think I did on that. Does that kind of get that look that you guys were trying to create? Because I know I had a few people ask me how to make this, and I was honestly trying to figure it out myself. And I think this is probably like the easiest way of doing it. So like I said, just go into the hair, use a freehand group, start from one side of the ear, wrap it around, go to the other side, then do it again until you come to the center. So you're kind of like making little rings all the way into the center of his head. And then it all comes down to the hair texture, the added details around, and then just how you want to like fill it in. Like for example, I didn't really want to have this super filled in. Oops, I don't know why I clicked on that. I wanted to do this. There we go. Brain function. Yeah. That's pretty much it. I honestly have nothing else to say. You can create the same kind of look in the new one.
Oh! Somebody! Oh my god!
Scary.
What is that?
And I think I will put this character up on my booth shop. And most of my characters pretty much are usually $5 on booth. So if you would like a character, you can go on to booth and check that out. I also have feud backdrops, but I think I'll just add in some other minor details, give him some interesting clothing, and then he'll be available on my booth shop by sometime in December. So if you're looking for a character and you want it to have kind of like this wave kind of look, and you don't really want to spend that much, you're in luck, because I feel like giving him away, basically, because normally I charge a lot more. Well, I hope that helped, and we will see you in the next one. Take care, guys. Bye.